The only 8 golf brands you can still trust. The Buy It for Life list. The golf industry has a trust problem. Brands launch new models every 12 months, promise revolutionary technology, and gradually discontinue last year's game changer before you've finished paying it off. But not every brand plays that game. Some companies have spent decades building equipment so good that golfers refuse to give it up. This is the Buy It for Life list. 8 brands that earned your trust the hard way and have never stopped deserving it. Let's start with the golf brands you can still trust. Number 1, Mizuno. Mizuno has been forging irons in Hiroshima since 1933 and has never once lost the plot. While competitors chase annual release cycles and artificial intelligence marketing campaigns, Mizuno simply makes the finest forged irons on the planet and lets the product speak for itself. The JPX 923 and JPX 925 lines deliver grain flow forged construction from a single billet of steel, a process Mizuno has refined over 9 decades that no competitor has genuinely matched. Tour players switch equipment constantly for endorsement money. Mizuno players stay. Lee Westwood played Mizuno irons for over 2 decades. That loyalty is not contractual, it is a direct response to a product that simply works better than the alternatives. Resale values hold at 60 to 70% because the market understands lasting quality when it sees it. Mizuno does not release a new iron every year because they do not need to. When you buy Mizuno, you are buying equipment built by people who genuinely believe the club they made last year is still the right club for your game. Number 2, Titleist. Titleist earns its place on this list not because of prestige, but because of genuine documented performance consistency across decades. The Pro V1 has been the #1 ball on tour every single year since 2000, not through marketing dominance, but through a performance standard that competitors have spent a quarter century trying to replicate. The AP and T-Series irons are genuinely premium products built to tolerances tighter than any other major manufacturer publishes. Yes, the pricing is aggressive. Yes, amateur golfers overpay for marginal gains that only matter at scratch or below. But the quality is real, and the consistency across every product line is something no other brand in golf can honestly claim at the same level. When you buy a Titleist product, you are buying something built to an uncompromising standard that has never been quietly relaxed to protect a margin. That consistency over time is exactly what a Buy It for Life list demands. The trust is earned. The premium reflects genuine manufacturing integrity, not just logo value. Number 3, Ping. Ping invented modern iron fitting in 1966 when Karsten Solheim engineered the first cavity back iron and changed the game permanently. Every forgiving iron you have ever hit exists because of what Ping figured out in a garage in Phoenix 60 years ago. The G430 and Blueprint lines represent the full spectrum of the brand's capability, maximum forgiveness on one end, tour-level precision on the other, and both deliver at a level that justifies every dollar. Ping's color-coded fitting system remains the most comprehensive shaft and lie angle matching process available without paying for a custom fitting session. The build quality on every Ping club is obsessively consistent because the brand manufactures almost entirely in-house at their Scottsdale facility. Ping has never chased a trend it didn't believe in and has never released a product it wasn't confident in. The G2 irons from 2003 still outperform modern alternatives for certain swing profiles. That is not an accident. That is what happens when an engineering-first company refuses to cut corners regardless of what the quarterly earnings report demands. Number 4, Cleveland Golf. Cleveland has been making wedges since 1979 and has never stopped being one of the most honest value propositions in the entire equipment market. The RTX line delivers spin rates that match or exceed Vokey in independent groove testing, while consistently pricing $30 to $50 lower per club. That is not a coincidence. It is a deliberate product philosophy that prioritizes what the club actually does over what the brand can charge for it. Cleveland's trust factor comes from consistency. The RTX Zipcore and RTX 6 lines perform identically to what tour players game, not watered-down consumer versions with reduced groove sharpness and softer materials. Every golfer, regardless of handicap, gets the same engineering. The Launcher XL iron line carries that same philosophy into the full bag, delivering legitimate forgiveness and distance numbers at price points that make premium competitors genuinely uncomfortable. Cleveland has never misled a golfer about what their equipment can do. That honesty, maintained consistently across 4 decades of product releases, is rarer in this industry than any technology they have ever engineered. How is this list so far? Comment below. Number 5. Callaway. Callaway makes this list not for their release cadence, which is aggressive and commercially motivated, but for the underlying engineering integrity that has never wavered since Ely Callaway launched the Big Bertha in 1991. The Paradigm and AI smoke lines represent genuine metallurgical and computational advances in face design. The AI-designed variable thickness faces produce measurable ball speed improvements that hold up outside laboratory conditions. The Apex iron line has maintained a consistent performance standard across multiple generations with build quality that justifies the price point for serious golfers. Callaway's fitting network is the most extensive in golf, with certified fitters in more locations than any competitor, meaning the brand's equipment is more likely to reach your hands properly, matched to your swing, than anything else on this list. The annual release schedule exists for commercial reasons, but the commitment to genuine performance underneath the marketing has never been abandoned. Buy the generation that fits your budget. Trust that the engineering inside the head is real regardless of what year is stamped on the sole. Number 6. Srixon. Srixon belongs on every serious golfer's radar, and on this trust list specifically because the brand has never once inflated a promise it couldn't deliver on course. The ZX5 and ZX7 irons are forged to the same tolerance standards as Mizuno and Titleist, at prices that consistently run $200 to $300 below direct competitors. The seamless cup face technology produces ball speeds that rank at the top of every independent driver test the brand has entered. Hideki Matsuyama wins major championships with Srixon equipment, not because the endorsement fee was highest, but because the product performs at a level where marginal gains actually matter, and Srixon delivers them. The Z-Star and Z-Star 15 golf balls sit within measurable fractions of the Pro V1 in every performance category at $15 to $20 less per dozen. Srixon is owned by Sumitomo Rubber, a materials science company with decades of precision manufacturing experience that dwarfs anything a pure golf brand can bring to product development. The trust is built into the ownership structure, the manufacturing process, and the consistent performance record. Srixon has never needed to oversell because the product has never needed help. Number 7. Cobra. Cobra is the most innovative brand in golf that nobody gives enough credit to, and that persistent underestimation is the reason their pricing stays honest. The brand pioneered one-length irons, brought connected club technology to the mainstream, and consistently brings driver and iron technology to market that competitors adopt 2 to 3 years later under new marketing names. The Dark Speed and Aerojet driver lines match the top performers in every major independent test while pricing $75 to $150 below TaylorMade and Callaway equivalents across every category. Bryson DeChambeau and Ricky Fowler play Cobra by genuine equipment preference, not contractual obligation, which is the most credible product endorsement available in professional golf. Cobra's forgiveness engineering in the LTDX and FMAX lines gives higher handicap players measurable improvement in both distance and accuracy without charging a premium for the privilege. The brand has maintained this performance-to-price ratio consistently across more than a decade of releases, proving that the value is structural and not a temporary strategy. Cobra builds trust by delivering more than it promises every single time. Are these brands also in your list? Let us know down in the comments. Number 8. Wilson closes this list as the most historically undervalued brand in the entire history of golf equipment. Producing clubs since 1914, Wilson has equipped more major champions than almost any brand alive, including Sam Snead, Arnold Palmer, and Padraig Harrington, all of whom built their careers with Wilson in the bag. The staff model blade and CB irons are built to tour specifications using premium materials and manufacturing processes that produce a product indistinguishable in quality from competitors charging twice the price. The D9 and D300 lines deliver forgiveness and distance numbers that consistently rank at the top of their category in third-party testing, while landing $300 to $400 below comparable tailor-made and Callaway offerings. Wilson's trust factor is simple and almost old-fashioned in the best possible way, and the brand has spent over a century making golf equipment for golfers rather than for marketing departments. The releases are measured, the claims are honest, and the performance is real. In an industry that profits from your insecurity about your equipment, Wilson quietly keeps making clubs that give you no reason to upgrade. That might be the most trustworthy thing any golf brand has ever done. 8 brands. Over 5 centuries of combined manufacturing experience between them, all still earning your trust the right way through consistency, honesty, and equipment that performs without needing you to buy next year's version to prove it. The buy it for life list is short because real trust is rare. Drop the brand you would add to this list in the comments. See you in the next one.